This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Stanley Fullord. In this week's broadcast, Bible series concludes with persons choosing to follow Jesus, and university alumni continues to show their support. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. The 4-week English-speaking gospel series themed Jesus is the Answer concluded on April 27th on Gladstone Road. The crusade featured praise and worship, musical selections, and most importantly, prayer. Each night, the audience received messages of hope delivered by international evangelist pastor Stephen Gates from West Palm Beach, Florida.
I don't care how far you've gone on this road and how long you've been traveling on this road. You need to bust a U-turn and turn around. And friends of mine, there's somebody you've been traveling on the road a long time. But now the Lord said it's the wrong road. But God is saying, I'm calling you to repent. I don't care how long you've been doing it. I don't care how long you've been there. But right now you need to bust a U-turn. I know your mama did it and your daddy did it, but it's the wrong road. And you need to bust a U-turn and turn around. Is there anybody tonight that needs to bust a U-turn and turn around and say, Jesus, I'm going to follow you no matter what happens?
Reflecting on the series, South Bahamas Conference President Pastor Kenny DeVoe expressed gratitude on behalf of the administration and members for Gates' dynamic presentations.
He does these efforts 2 or 3 times a year, and we were blessed with his enthusiasm, his knowledge of the Word, and the depth of his understanding. The goal was to involve our members in evangelism. You know, there was a concept that we had several years ago called total member involvement. And we wanted to involve all of our churches in this outreach, which was the first for a number of years since COVID. We are very pleased with the results. We had over 131 precious souls born into God's kingdom, and we are so excited about this.
South Bahamas Conference's Chief Financial Officer, Okel Damastus, highlighted that although the campaign started as an evangelistic series, God allowed it to evolve into something much greater.
We were pleasantly surprised to find out that it was also a revival for the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I looked around and saw all the members that I haven't seen in such a long time as the weeks progress. And online, we had up to 900 devices, sometimes all at the same time. So we think that overall, this was quite a success for God.
Before the English-speaking crusade, the Creole-speaking churches gathered for their evangelistic series in March. Despite evangelistic crusades being a costly venture, the administration sought to join forces and talents to pull off such amazing efforts. We
were also pleased with that campaign as well, because it brought the Haitian brethren together in that fashion as well. I think that they have never come together in a joint crusade by themselves for quite some time, and that was another way of trying to involve the majority of the members or all of the members in that campaign.
According to Damastus, one of the most touching aspects of the campaigns was witnessing souls being baptized.
I remember the 30 or so souls that gave their lives to God the first Sabbath. And I had the distinct pleasure of actually watching my daughter give her life to God as well. It was a teary moment for me, to say the least. But it was really quite an experience, an overwhelming experience in a good way.
DeVoe says the new step following the baptisms is for the new members to choose their desired resident church out of the many Seventh-day Adventist churches here on the island.
We think that between the English-speaking, which was 131, and the French, which was about 40, along with the additional baptisms for the year so far, that we have over 200 persons baptized in the church. And we are so pleased about that last Sabbath, we had most, if not all of them, in church receiving their certificates, and they were each assigned a spiritual guardian who will be with them as they begin this new walk with the Lord, to encourage them, to help them to answer any questions that they may have. And we are wrapping up our retention program in all of our churches so that we can let them know that we love them, we are here to support them, and as they move forward, we will be with them each step of the way.
Indeed, it was a joy to see those who made the decision to be baptized, and we continue to pray and help those who are in the valley of decision.
This will be a decision that you will never forget, and it will be a decision that you never regret. Don't allow the devil or the naysayers or whatever you have been thought over the years to hinder your decision from coming to a close personal relationship with Christ and cementing that by getting baptized. Also, for those of us who are already in the faith, be sure to encourage them. Talk to your neighbor, talk to a family member, talk to a friend, talk to a co-worker. Help them. There are many things out there that is fighting against it. We have to fight for it.
On April 28th, the Northern Caribbean University, NCU, Alumni Bahamas chapter participated in the inaugural Impact Gala held by the Northern Caribbean University International Development Foundation. The purpose of the gala event was to raise funds for NCU. Acting president of the Bahamas chapter, Pastor Manasseh Sims, had this to say.
The Northern Caribbean University International Development Foundation launched its inaugural Impact Gala, and it was a wonderful event. As a part of the Bahamas Alumni chapter, we participated in raising funds to improve the quality of life for current and prospective students, as well as to improve the infrastructure of the school. You can play a role. Contact the South Bahamas Conference and ask how you can contribute to improving the quality of life at our school. Thank you for your support.
Also attending the event and bringing greetings was the Honorable Julie Lachelle Adderley, President of the Senate of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. She emphasized that the capital development project for NCU is necessary for the sustainability of NCU, and that the foundation will ensure that NCU can provide the financial means to assist in enrolling and retaining students with limited or no funding. She added the foundation will facilitate the provision of additional services, technological advancement, medical research, and infrastructural development. The gala brought together alumni and stakeholders who pledged their continued support to NCU. After this break, we will have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
Wade in the water, 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 children, wade in the water. Gonna trouble the water.
242 Live. My name is Nisha Diligence.
My name is Tyler Saunders.
My name is Brene Finley.
My name is Levante Ferguson. And we are bringing Ubuntu to you in the Bahamas. Yopaju Lupale Fogofon.
We'll be going to Grantstown. We're going to Hillview.
And many more. Don't meet me there, beat me there.
Real. Waiting, children, go on its way. Waiting.
We are so excited to celebrate with you. We will be there from May 5 to 13, and we are looking forward to fellowshipping and worshiping with you. We'll be visiting quite a few of the churches there, and those will be listed on the screen so that you can come on out and support us. And particularly, we want to mention a pre-Mother's Day concert that is happening on May 11 at 7 p.m. at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church. Bring out your mothers so we can celebrate and honor them as they deserve.
Welcome back to Adventist News, and coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, the Ubuntu Choir of Burman University is here in the Bahamas. Join them at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church this Saturday evening, May 11th at 7 p.m. for a special pre-Mother's Day concert. The concert admission is free, but persons are encouraged to bring a generous donation. A special Spirit of Prophecy seminar will be held on Friday, May 17th, 2024, and Sabbath, May 18th, 2024 at the Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church. All are encouraged to attend. Here in the South Bahamas Conference, the adventurers are preparing for the 5th annual Adventuree. On May 18th, the adventurers will join in an unforgettable journey at the New Providence Community Center on Blake Road from 9 a.m. through 6 p.m., where they will discover their God-given talents by unleashing the fun. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all of our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel, ATV 658, read the weekly logos, as well as the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
Blood contains 4 major components, which are red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. Sickle cell anemia is caused when there is a disorder of the blood. This disorder occurs when abnormal hemoglobin or red blood cells are introduced into the blood. Hemoglobin is responsible for transporting oxygen throughout the body, and if there is little or no oxygen, then tissue and organs can suffer severe damage. The normal shape of a red blood cell is biconcave and disc-shaped, which gives the red blood cells a large surface area, allowing for increased absorption of oxygen. Normal red blood cells can smoothly pass through the capillaries as they are transported to organs. However, the red blood cells of a sickle cell patient lack these qualities, leaving the red blood cells crescent-shaped. Due to this unusual shape, it is much harder for their red blood cells to successfully pass through blood vessels and transport oxygen properly. This shape makes for a painful passage as red blood cells try to force their way through, causing blockages, sometimes even causing tissue or organ damage. Tissue with improper circulation suffer from damage from lack of oxygen. Symptoms of sickle cell anemia include lung and heart injury, eye disease, fatigue, frequent infections, painful swelling of hands and feet, delayed growth in infants and children, and delayed puberty in teenagers, and episodes of pain. Most complications with sickle cell anemia are treated as they occur, which includes antibiotics, blood transfusions, and pain-relieving medication. There is no cure for most people with sickle cell anemia, but treatments can relieve pain and help prevent problems associated with the disease. Be sure to get plenty calcium-rich foods such as low-fat milk and yogurt, leafy green vegetables, calcium-fortified foods such as soy milk, orange juice, and tofu. Also add healthy, high-calorie foods to your diet such as dried fruits and nuts. This has been Parisha Ferguson with your health tips courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
Andrea from Melbourne, Australia overcame challenges after being diagnosed with a rare genetic disease. Thanks to ADRA's assistance, she was able to find support and belonging to rebuild her life.
You know, I was in hospital and rehab for 8 months. I was having seizures where I was frothing at the mouth. The whole 8 months was just devastating, you know. I'm Andrea and I'm from Melbourne, Victoria. Yeah, I've been unwell for a long time. I'm actually legally blind. Suddenly, my life changed dramatically. I ended up in hospital having to learn how to do everything again. walk, talk, speak, make a cup of tea. Didn't quite understand what was going on. They found ADRA for me. And the first time I walked in that door, I knew I was going to be comfortable and happy. I met so many people at that ADRA. The people that were coming there for dinners and stuff, and sitting down with them and hearing their stories as well is absolutely amazing.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news along with other local programming and to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of material from the Communications Department, so you would want to check those out, and remember to subscribe, to like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658, to get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news there. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I'm Stanley Fillard for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.